What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys something that I'm really passionate about, that I cannot believe I have never shared on my channel before. I've never shared how I do my morning coffee. Granted, my routine changes throughout the season. Sometimes I do a lot like warmer coffee, sometimes I always doing iced coffee, so it just varies. But the point is, I am obsessed with coffee. I drink coffee a lot. Definitely at least twice a day, but here's my theory. I feel like I could survive without coffee, but it's more so like a routine thing for me and more of an experience for me. I really just think that it's like a bond that I've created. I know it sounds so crazy, but I generally think that it's just a part of my routine that I've created. It does give me energy, but I don't drink it for energy. I drink it because it's part of my routine. I love the taste. I love the experience. So I figured I would share with you guys what my current coffee routine is, and I wanted to specifically share with you guys my iced coffee recipe and how I make my drinks at home taste just like my Starbucks order, because Starbucks can get very pricey very quick. So I wanted to kind of perfect my iced coffee here at home so that I can drink my coffee here at home during the week and then kind of treat myself to Starbucks during the weekend. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing all the ins and outs of my coffee routine. Before we get into the coffee tutorial, please don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. I post a lot of lifestyle, beauty, fashion, home decor, all that good stuff. So if you're into that, go ahead and subscribe. Also, go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram. I post a lot on there about coffee. So if you love coffee, definitely give me a follow, because I post a tons of things on my stories about coffee and all that good stuff. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the iced coffee tutorial. All right, so I kind of want to go through the different tools that I have here. So this is my Nespresso machine, and this is the Nespresso Virtuo Plus machine by DeLonghi, and I have been using this for the last couple of years, maybe like 2 years, I think. But I love it. It makes delicious espresso. And then in here I have all of my coffee pods. I have different pods for different purposes. I'll show you guys the ones that I use for iced coffee, but I also have in here some very strong ones that sometimes I use for iced coffee. Just kind of depends what I'm in the mood for. So I have my pods here. I get all of these from Nespresso, but I know that Williams-Sonoma, World Market, and sometimes even Home Goods has different pods, like that are different brands that you can try out. But I specifically use the Nespresso ones just because I haven't found any other ones. But the good thing about Nespresso is you can find tons of different flavors of pods and kind of achieve whatever type of coffee you want. So I love it. Honestly, like, this machine has really helped me save money because I achieve delicious lattes at home without having to spend $5 for a latte. So I love it. And then these are the cups that I use for my coffee. So this one is from Williams-Sonoma, and it's just a double glass mug. I usually use this for my hot coffee, but I'll show you guys how I use it for iced coffee. And then these are the glasses that I use for iced coffee. These are the fluted highball glasses from Macy's. These are currently unavailable. I've been trying to find them again, like to link them, but they're unavailable. So I have also found very similar ones at Target. So if you want to check Target out, Target definitely has similar ones, and I'll try to link it down below as well. And then over here on this side, I have my milk frother, which you can also buy from Nespresso. So on this side, I have my milk frother, and this is what makes my milk very foamy, very creamy. And I also got this from Nespresso, but you can also get like a handheld one from Amazon. But this is the one that I like to use because this also warms up your milk. So if I'm doing hot coffee, I like to use this because it also warms up my milk while frothing it. And it also makes your milk cold if you're doing iced coffee. So that's basically all of my tools, everything that I need to make my iced coffee. And I'll share like my creamer and the milk that I use once we get to that part. But for now, I'm gonna show you guys basically how I make my coffee. And I'm really excited to make this because it's 12:30, it's noon. I woke up super early today. I already had my morning coffee, but I could really go for a second one. So I'm excited. Oh, one more thing I forgot. These are the straws that I use for my iced coffee. They look like this. They're just glass straws. I got these off Amazon. I love using glass straws because if I use metal straws, over time, my coffee starts to taste like metal. So I didn't like the metal straws. The silicone straws were okay, but they were such a pain to clean because the silicone material just wasn't the easiest to clean. So I decided to finally do glass straws, and I've been sticking with these ever since. And what I love about glass straws is you can see if they're dirty. Something about not being able to see through a straw that I use pretty often is kind of like nasty, because what if there's stuff in there you don't even know because you think you're cleaning it well, but you're actually not. So glass straws for the win. This is what I use to sip on my iced coffee, and I'll link that down below as well. I got it from Amazon. All right, so enough rambling. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm just gonna pop up my machine. Really quickly, I just want to share what my coffee order is at Starbucks so you can kind of get an idea of the type of taste of coffee that I like. So my order at Starbucks is a triple shot espresso over ice with 1 pump of cinnamon dolce and vanilla sweet cream cold foam to the rim. So I really like my coffee to be very creamy, but I also like it to be very strong. So that is the kind of taste that I go for with my iced coffee. So I just want to quickly talk about the 3 different pods that I use for my iced coffee. The first one is Ice Fort, and this one is a blue one. It looks like this, and this one is actually specifically made for iced coffee from Nespresso. That's why it's called Ice Fort. But they make this specifically for iced coffee because basically this type of coffee doesn't melt your ice as quickly. In other words, it doesn't become watery because it's made for iced coffee. So I use this one when I have guests over and they want to try iced coffee, because this gives you a better like iced coffee taste, but it's not very strong. So I don't use this for like my day-to-day because I love very strong coffees. This is more for like guests, when guests come over that want iced coffee. Then the other one is called Intenso, and this is a 230 milliliter coffee. This is honestly just a very, very, very strong Nespresso. And I love using this on my iced coffee when I want something super strong, like something that will wake me up, like super, super strong. But the one that I've been using most frequently is this one. This is Bianco Allegro, and it looks like this. I think this is just a 2-shot because it's 8 milliliters. So sometimes I'll do 2 of these because you guys will see it. It's very small amount of espresso that comes out, but it's perfect for iced coffee because, you know, the ice goes in and the cream and all that. It has like a sweetness to it, but it's not super, super sweet. So I found that this one gets me closest to my Starbucks order because it gives me the sweetness that like the cinnamon dolce would give me, but not too sweet. It's just like the perfect balance between sweet and strong. So this is the one we're using today. I'm just going to pop it in and then drop it down. And I am going to grab this glass because this is the glass that I use to put the Nespresso in. I usually don't like to put the Nespresso directly into the ice. Like, I don't put an ice cup here because I have found that that makes my coffee watery, because the Nespresso going directly on the ice sort of melts it. So what I like to do is put the Nespresso into a separate cup. So I'm gonna put it in here. As you guys can see, this is how much Nespresso comes out. I would probably say that this is like 2 shots. I like to do that first and kind of let it cool down a little bit. Not too much, honestly, but I feel like just this step of not doing the Nespresso directly into the ice makes a huge, huge difference. So while that kind of cools a little, I'm gonna go ahead and work on my creamer. The first creamer that I use is this one. It's from Silk, and it's a dairy-free almond creamer, and it's in the flavor sweet and creamy. So I use this one, and then I just use whole milk. Is this whole milk? Yeah, then I just use whole milk. A few tips for getting very creamy coffee is using a milk that has protein in it, like whole milk, because if you use something, even though I'm using almond creamer, that's why I use whole milk as well, and I put it together. Because if you use just almond milk or just oat milk or just coconut milk or whatever, it's not as creamy. It doesn't froth as creamy, although, you know, everyone has their own preference. So if you prefer just a dairy-free milk or just a dairy-free creamer, then, you know, by all means go ahead and do that. But if you're looking for like a very creamy, thick, frothy milk, then those are probably not going to give you the best results. Just a tip if you are, you know, looking for that kind of coffee. So I always shake up the creamer. This creamer is so sweet. Like, this creamer is super, super sweet. That's why I can't do it just with creamer, because my coffee would be way too sweet. So I do a little bit of this and a lot of milk because I kind of want to dilute it a little, but I want enough creamer that it gives my coffee flavor. So beware, if you use this almond creamer, it is very sweet. It can ruin your coffee. I've done it before where I put way too much and my coffee tastes like candy. Not candy, but it tastes very sweet. So this sweet and creamy flavor really reminds me of the vanilla sweet cream cold foam because it has that sweetness, but it's all about quantity. So definitely put a little bit if you're more into the strong coffee, because if you put too much, it's literally gonna be way too sweet. Just a little bit. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit, like that. Then I'm gonna do milk. So I'm just gonna hold the button. You just have to hold it until it turns blue, and then it starts to froth your milk. And I don't put a lid on it or anything because I don't have a ton of milk in there. So while the milk and the creamer is frothing, I'm gonna go ahead and put ice into my cup. And then again, while you're doing all this, you know, I'm letting my Nespresso cool because that way it's less of a chance for it to melt my coffee. So the milk and creamer is done frothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my shots of espresso and I'm gonna put it into my cup. So as you can see, it's just coffee and ice. And as you can see, it's not melting my ice. It stays nice and intact. So now I'm gonna go ahead and pour in my creamer. Now again, fair warning, don't put too much. I've kind of learned trial and error how much I have to put in here, but definitely takes trial and error because I've done too much before and I've done too little. So it's always best to kind of do too little and then gradually add as you taste. So I'm gonna do like that much, and then I'm gonna go ahead and mix it in. It's very important to mix it so that way it gets the flavor of the creamer and the milk. See, it's a little stronger than I'd like, so I'm gonna put a little bit more creamer. And you guys know I love my coffee strong, so you guys are gonna, if you like strong coffee, you're gonna love this. Okay, this is good. This is it right here. This is her. This is she. She's so pretty, isn't she? But seriously, this iced coffee, you guys, delicious. You guys are going to love it. Again, fair warning, it is on the stronger side, but if you like strong coffee, you're gonna love this. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my coffee and give me that kick for the rest of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was so excited to film this video because I feel like I can't believe that I've never shared with you guys my iced coffee routine until one of you guys DM'd me to do a tutorial, and I was like, that is genius. Like, why didn't I think about that? I can't believe I've never shared with you guys how I make my coffee. It's such a big part of my life. So I'm glad that I finally came around and filming a tutorial and sharing with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys try this out and let me know how you like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.